Back at it again. We've got to talk about these panels that mainstream media is having on their shows, because there's starting to be a recurring theme with them that I think is quite interesting. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit today. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And this first panel is from Fox. All right, we got to dive into this clip from Fox. The next one is from MSNBC that we're going to jump into, but this first one's from Fox. So let's dive in.
As you know, inflation is hitting everyone, but it's really hitting the young people. What's going wrong in the country right now when it comes to the economy?
Well, I mean, everyone knows gas prices and stuff are all high, and when gas prices go up, everything goes up. But I think a big part about the economy people miss is all the money going to foreign countries instead of helping things at home. And that's a lot of money going overseas that could be helping Americans here. I mean, $150 billion to Ukraine when a border wall costs $10 billion. I think we could get a lot of things done at home before we help overseas people.
Such a valid point. What about you, sir? How's life for you? What's going wrong? What's going right?
Before he continues, I couldn't have said that any better myself. Couldn't have said that any better myself. Like, and I've said this before, like, it would be one thing if, everything was at least close to being great in America, right? We had good roads, crime was down, gas prices were at a reasonable price, right? I don't expect gas to be free, okay? But it was at a reasonable price, right? Groceries were reasonably priced. Things were running smoothly. We didn't have the homeless encampments that we have here in America, okay? All of these different things going on in America. Like, it'd be one thing if we didn't really have those issues and we were sending money overseas. But it's a totally different thing when we do have all of these issues, when we do have all of these problems. Gas prices are high, grocery prices are high. We've got homeless people on the streets. We got regular folks who are literally making it paycheck to paycheck, barely scraping by. Some people go a week with $20. They got to make it a week with $20, $20 in their pocket and hope that nothing happens, right? And yet we're sending money overseas when all of that is going on. We told Uncle Trump that we didn't have money for a border wall, but we can send over $100 billion to other countries. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. And then they turn around and say, "Oh, we care about Americans." No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay? And don't tell me that, it's difficult to solve the homeless crisis, because it isn't. I've watched you give shelter to illegal immigrants. All of these illegal immigrants that came over in New York, they got big camps. Chicago was talking about building, a big camp for the migrants and everything. Why couldn't you have done that for the homeless population? Governor Gavin Newsom, y'all remember when China's president came here, right? And all of a sudden, the streets were clean. All the homeless people were gone. So don't tell me you can't fix the problem. We've watched you do it already. The truth is, they don't care. It's time we expose them. But let's continue on.
What's going right?
I think a lot of it is just seeing the small things as prices go up. Mm-hmm. As you go to the grocery store and you go to get meat, and there's just ever so slightly less for the same price.
Yeah, thanks. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's just where we are spending our money abroad. Yeah. We're not investing in America. We shut down the Keystone pipeline. We're forcing ourselves to become more and more reliant on overseas rather than being able to do the stuff ourselves.
So powerful. I was talking to this one gentleman because he's in this dichotomy right now. He's an undecided voter, as y'all know, big primary here in South Carolina. You said the deciding factor is going to be what for you versus Donald Trump versus Nikki Haley?
I'm still weighing things out. Yeah. It's just a matter of the flip-flopping that Nikki has done versus all the legal issues that the president has. I don't want that to overshadow what a presidency would be. I mean, he did a lot of great things in his first 4 years, but is that going to overshadow what he's able to accomplish moving down the road?
Roger that. He's going to make his decision when he gets to the polls. This last lady I'm talking to, you said you're supporting Donald Trump. Why?
He's the one that can get it straightened out, and I voted for him for the very first time ever that I voted 2020. So he's the only one that can straighten this mess out.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want him to do something about George Soros in this country.
Yes,
Get him
ma'am.
out.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Guys, speaking of the former president, we're going to have an exclusive interview with the former president later today, and it's going to air on.
Oh man, shout out to the young fellas, right? It seemed like one of the young guys was a little nervous, okay? Which, you know, hey, I get it. You got a big camera in your face and a mic, and you know you're going to be on national television. That's definitely a nervous moment. I'm sure I would get nervous my darn self, you know, if I had a TV interview. I'm sure I would probably start stuttering, you know, and everything, and you know. So, you know, shout out to him though. Shout out to both of those guys, you know. And shout out to the lady there at the end, calling out the establishment. You know, in things in these panels, I don't think are going the way that mainstream media has really expected them to go, especially with leftist media. Right now, we could talk about Fox and if Fox is truly on the right side of things and everything like that. Now, me personally, I think the people that run it aren't, right? You got a few anchors that truly are true Republicans, right? But yeah, that's just my personal opinion on it. So I'm sure a lot of these things don't go the way that the higher ups expect it to go, but they have to kind of go with it at least a little bit because they are considered right news, right? But we also got this clip from MSNBC that is out of Michigan, okay? And Michigan has flip-flopped a little bit. Trump won it in 2016, but lost it in 2020, barely, right? Barely. I don't know if y'all remember that clip. I don't know if y'all remember that clip where the chick was getting arrested and she's, I'm legally blind. And the guy was like, can you see? She said, barely. If you haven't seen it, just, you got to search up like, chick getting arrested legally blind or something like that. And I'm sure it'll pop up. It's hilarious. But anyway, let's jump into this MSNBC clip. MSDNC clip, I guess that should be called, with voters from Michigan.
With the voters that I've been speaking to. These are all folks that voted for Biden in 2020. They have committed to voting uncommitted in the Michigan primary next Tuesday. And two of them are very much on the fence in voting for him for re-election in November. The other two absolutely will not be voting for him. They're angry about Gaza. They are angry he has not called for a permanent ceasefire as of yet. And they're angry that he has not come through on the promises he made when he was running for president back in 2020. Let's take a listen, Alex, to some of what they said and how they think or they believe Biden could possibly make up their vote between now and November. Is there a pathway forward for you with Biden?
Oh, absolutely not. You cannot keep killing people with our money and just keep thinking that, oh, we are stupid enough to elect you again because we'll fall in line. We'll forget. This is an insult to me as a voter.
For you, Biden has a pathway forward.
Biden has a pathway forward. It's not
and what
saying,
does that look like?
That is him calling for a permanent and immediate ceasefire. The straightforward, simple answer for the Biden administration is push for a ceasefire, stop aiding Israel in their war crimes, and I guarantee you there are enough people who would be willing to deal with it and vote for the man. It is, in so many words, insane to me to have the Democratic Party and the Biden administration sit here and essentially say, if Trump happens, it's your fault.
If you don't want a Trump presidency, then are you not worried about what he could do domestically to this country?
I am, it's like a vaccine. I'm willing to take.
Hold on. Before he gets into that, this whole talking point of Democrats saying, oh, aren't you worried about what Trump's going to do to this country? No, we've already watched them. It's like they try to erase history. You know, like when Trump gets in office, he's going to be a dictator. Well, didn't you say that the first time? Didn't you say he was going to lead us into World War III the first time? And as a matter of fact, he started no new wars. Joe Biden has us on the brink of World War III. It wasn't Uncle Trump. And it's like they make it sound and seem as if he's never been president before. And as if he's going to be, and also as if he's going to be some type of dictator when he walked away from the White House before. He had an opportunity to be a dictator if he was going to be one, and he walked away. He left. Even though, now we can get into the whole, what happened during the election and all that stuff. Even though he didn't agree with what happened, what happened? When it came time to leave, did he leave? Bottom line. So this whole talk, Trump's going to be a dictator. What's he going to do to the country? Well, how about nice gas prices? Like, I mean, man. The list goes on and on and on of lies that Democrats continuously push, and it's just like, come on, who's buying this stuff? Who's buying this? Like, I'm just at a loss of words. I really am.
Are you not worried about what he could do domestically to this country?
I am. It's like a vaccine. I'm willing to take short-term pain for a long-term gain. I'm willing to let go of Joe Biden and oppose Joe Biden, make him a one-term president, punish Joe Biden by making him a one-term president and pairing his loss with the genocide in Gaza.
Why does our democracy, why is having a Trump presidency more important than those people's lives?
Yeah.
Why is our democracy more important than thousands of men, women, and children being killed?
And the whole democracy thing. First off, we don't live in a democracy. That's first, right? That's first. Okay? Let's start there. We don't live in a democracy. It's called a constitutional republic. Oh man, these people, some folks just make me frustrated, man. Frustrated. But also, what do these folks mean by end of democracy? How is Trump going to end democracy? Because the only people that I see attempting to end democracy are Democrats. Democrats. They are trying to take Trump off of the ballot. Literally trying to take this man off of the ballot. Isn't that democracy? Letting the people decide, isn't that democracy? So why are Democrats trying to take Trump off that's not allowing the people to decide. So isn't that trying to end democracy? Oh, but let me guess, since it's Democrats doing it, it's okay. It's okay as long as Democrats are doing it. If Democrats agree that this person is bad, then they are allowed to do what they want to do. So what about Republicans? When Trump wins, what if Trump says the next Democrat that steps up to run against him is a bad person and is a threat to democracy? Does Trump and Republicans, do they now get to try to attempt to take, I don't know, Gavin Newsom, Michelle Obama, whomever else off of the ballot because that person is a threat to democracy? Or are we actually going to live up to what Democrats are actually calling America a democracy? And are we just going to sit back and allow the people of America to decide? That's my question. To all Democrats, which I'm sure there are some Democrats watching, welcome. My question to you is that. Is Trump really a threat to democracy, or are Democrats a threat to democracy? Because Democrats are trying to end it. And if we can now say that if someone is a threat to democracy, we can take them off of the ballot. If Trump deems the next person a threat to democracy before he leaves office, can he then take the person off of the ballot? Or is it only right if Democrats are allowed to do it? Or can we all just shut the fuck up and sit back and allow the people of America to decide who we want as president? Now, let's get back to the surprising part about this clip, and that is they ain't really rocking with Joe Biden at all. And this is what I said previously. You know, Joe Biden's in a major pickle because he's running into a situation where people are either completely switching parties, right? As we've seen out of Chicago and things like that. I made a video on that. Or people are saying, bro, I'm just not voting for you at all. Like, I don't support Trump, but I don't support you not even a little bit. So I'm just not voting. I don't care if Trump wins. Trump can do what he wants. But you, Joe Biden, have to learn a lesson. You Democrats have to learn your lesson. I'm surprised MSNBC aired that. Right? Because that's in a swing state. That's in Michigan. Michigan can go red. I'm surprised they even aired that. That was shocking to me when I came across this clip. Like, whoa, they actually showed this? People saying that they're not going to support Joe and that they're willing to allow Trump to be president? Like, they're going to air that to the people? Shocked. But yeah, man. Two panels that didn't go the way that I'm sure that they expected, especially the MSNBC panel that we just checked out, of folks saying, hey, thumbs down to Joe Biden. I'm not giving a thumbs up to Trump, but it's definitely a thumbs down to Joe Biden. Hey, but as always, y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.